Hello, I'm Joni Stevens with Agilent Technologies. Today, I'm going to discuss solid phase extraction, SPE specifically nonpolar extractions. Our goal in this video is to familiarize you with a simple approach to SPE method development, in addition to tips and tricks to boost your productivity. Nonpolar SPE is the extraction process where molecules with nonpolar functional groups are extracted from predominantly polar matrices, for example, biological fluids, onto sorbent exhibiting nonpolar surface properties. Water is the most polar solvent, so nonpolar SPE is an ideal technique for the extraction of aqueous samples. Common nonpolar sorbents include C18, C8, C2, phenyl, and cyclohexyl. These surface chemistries are usually bonded to a silica material. Many commercially available polymeric sorbents are also nonpolar in nature. Nonpolar is the most commonly used type of solid phase extraction and has multiple ways of eliminating unwanted contaminants. One, we can leave them unretained, analogous to staying in the aqueous phase. Two, we can eliminate them during one or more wash steps. Or three, we can leave them bound to the sorbent when we elute our target compounds, which is a powerful way of getting rid of lipids. Before beginning nonpolar extraction, you need to decide if your compound is even a candidate. In order to be a candidate, the compound of interest should have a log P value greater than 1.5. Log P is a partitioning coefficient. If log P of a compound is unknown, you can use a free log P calculator found on the internet. You also need to keep in mind the solubility characteristics of target compounds. Generally, for nonpolar extractions to be successful, matrix needs to be mostly aqueous. However, depending on the hydrophobicity of the target analyte, some organic content may be acceptable. Polymeric sorbents, such as bond-dilute Plexa, are popular because of their ease of use and high capacity. Most applications can be performed on a 60 milligram bed. If working with very nonpolar compounds, a less hydrophobic sorbent may be preferred. Silica-based sorbents are available in varying degrees of hydrophobicity, as mentioned earlier, namely the C18, C8, C2. In general, non-ionic silica-based sorbents retain a mass of solute, that's analyte plus retained contaminants, equivalent to approximately 5% of the sorbent mass. Whereas the larger surface area of the polymers gives a higher capacity that is approximately 10 to 15% of the sorbent mass. If method development for nonpolar extractions is required, there are two very simple approaches that can be employed in order to optimize an existing SPE method or develop an SPE method from the ground up. The first is mass balance, which allows you to troubleshoot and/or optimize an existing method. This could be an out-of-the-box method, but a method must be available. In this approach, you monitor the behavior of your target compounds at each step, which is a good way to determine method alterations will be important. For instance, load 100 nanograms onto a conditioned SPE cartridge, then collect the effluent passing through when the sample is loaded. Collect all wash steps. Collect all elution steps. In theory, if you load 100 nanograms of sample onto the conditioned SPE cartridge, you should be able to account for the 100 nanograms of sample from the collected load, collected wash, and collected elution steps, where the analyte elute is very helpful in determining optimization of the SPE methods. For instance, if there is a large percentage of the analyte eluting in the wash step, consider reducing the percentage of organic in that wash step. The second approach, 10-bottle optimization, is an excellent starting point for development of a new SPE method. In addition to easy method development, the 10-bottle optimization process ensures the cleanest possible extracts. Select desired elution solvent based on solubility preferences of target analyte. Methanol or ACN are most desirable due to their miscibility with water. Make up 10 solutions with different solvent to water ratios. For example, 0% methanol with 100% water, 10% methanol with 90% water, or 20% methanol with 80% water. Condition 10 identical bond-dilute Plexa cartridges with methanol followed by water. Load standard, in water, or blank matrix onto each cartridge. Elute each cartridge with a different solvent mixture. For instance, cartridge 1 with the 0% methanol, 100% water mix. Cartridge 2 with the 10% methanol, 90% water mix. And continue through to cartridge 10. Analyze and plot the results. At 0% organic, recovery should be 0%. If this is not the case, a different stationary phase or higher bed mass might be helpful. At the highest percent organic, recovery should be between 80 and 100%. If recovery is low, a different stationary phase or stronger elution solvent might be helpful. At the highest percent organic with approximately 0% recovery is the ideal wash step. The lowest percentage organic with high percentage recovery is the ideal elution condition, therefore leaving behind the most contaminants. The only contaminants that will elute are on the slope between these 2 points, A and B. The closer point A is to point B, the cleaner the extract. This simple process is an easy approach for method development for solid phase extraction. A couple of tips for SPE optimization. 1, for ionizable compounds, neutralize the charge before loading. You can see acidic and basic loading instructions for bond-dilute Plexa in the manual. 2, consider eluting the analytes of interest in 2 smaller aliquots instead of 1 total volume. This has a positive impact on recovery. Incorporating the Vacalute SPS 24 allows all of your washes to go to waste, while easily switching to the collect position to save time, effort, and possible error by forgetting to place the collection tubes in the manifold. With these easy approaches to nonpolar SPE method development, you should be on your way to a trouble-free analysis. For more information, please visit agilent.com/chem/sample-prep. And on that note, I want to thank all of you for your time and interest. Wishing all of you happy sample prepping.